Hey YouTube, it's Mare of All Trades. It has been a hot minute since I have filmed anything at all. So today we are doing the fall sweater collab Q&A. I was tagged by Mindy S. So shout out to Mindy. Hey girl, how's it going? Part of the reason, if you can't tell, I have a little bit of a cold, so bear with me. But I've had this cold, it's been dragging on for a while, so to get started, there are 15 questions. You guys may have seen some of the other Q&A videos from the collab floating around YouTube. So yeah, let's get started. So the first question is fall candle scent, your favorite fall candle scent. I have to say I am a huge fan of anything apple scented, but the Macintosh apple scent from Yankee Candle is like my go-to favorite. Technically, I would call it a fall scent, but I burn it all year round. And the other scent that I like a lot, which I'm going to actually show you guys a couple things. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. But this is the Tahitian Vanilla Candle, and this is from the Chesapeake Bay Candle Company, and I actually get this at Target. And this same brand has an apple scented candle that I pick up sometimes when I don't feel like spending the money on Yankee Candle prices. So that is my favorite fall scent and my backup scent. The next question is coffee, tea, or hot chocolate? And that's a very serious question. And my answer changes depending on the time of day. In the morning, coffee, hands down. In order to function in the world, I have to have coffee. And I have a favorite, actually. I have a Keurig. Ultimately, I would love a Starbucks every morning, but let's talk about budget and calorie count, and those are two things that, unfortunately, I'm trying to keep under control. So, the second favorite thing would be this little guy, and I like this one. This is for a Keurig. I like it for a couple of reasons. First of all, this is the Wide Awake Coffee Company, and I like their French vanilla one. Their breakfast blend is also nice. But I'm the kind of girl who has a little coffee with a creamer. So, take that with a grain of salt. But I like it because it's a little bit more environmentally friendly because the entire thing is not a plastic cup. It's actually like a tea bag material on the bottom. So I kind of like that it's a little more environmentally conscious while still using a Keurig. Number 3 is best fall memory. I would have to say I've got a lot of really good fall memories. It's a really hard one. My husband and I took a trip a long time ago, and we drove through Wisconsin on the way to Florida. And it was really pretty. They have really beautiful like rolling hills in Wisconsin that are covered in trees, and that's really gorgeous. But I would have to say my absolute favorite fall memory and the thing that really sticks in my head is over a decade ago, probably about 12 years ago now. I lived in the Minneapolis area at the time, and I drove out to Stillwater, which for those of you who don't know where Stillwater is, it is right on the border of Minnesota and Wisconsin, and the St. Croix River runs right between. And there is a point on this highway that runs right through Bayport and Stillwater, where you kind of come up to the top of a hill and you're looking down and you can see all of the Minnesota side and all of the Wisconsin side, and it's just a beautiful view. And it was my first time driving there, and it was right when the leaves were turning, and it was beautiful, and it felt like home. And we ended up moving to Bayport and lived there for about a decade, and it was just memories. So that would be my favorite, is just seeing it for the first time and feeling like I wanted to live there. Number 4 is dark lip or winged eyeliner. If you watch my channel a lot, I think this is probably going to be easily answered. You'll know that I always end up wearing I wouldn't say a dark lip, but a bright lip. I'm definitely more of a lipstick girl than I am like an eyeliner kind of girl. So definitely lip, and I actually have something to go along with that too. So the color that I'm wearing is my current favorite fall color, and it's by MAC. And this is from their Lip Tensity lipsticks. This is called Fire Roasted, and I just think it's a really pretty color. It actually is a little bit more, it's looking a little more magenta on camera than it really is. I would say it's definitely more of a red with just a slight hint of like a burnt orange in there. And I really like this color. So this is a good one. The next one is favorite fall perfume. Now, I'm not a big perfume wearer. My husband is really sensitive to fragrance, and so when I'm around him, I don't wear perfume. I might do a little bit of body spray, and usually I prefer like a fruity scent. So the only real perfume that I own that I absolutely love is this one. It's Versace. It's called the Bright Crystal Absolute, and I love this scent. It reminds me just a little bit of Malibu Musk, if you remember that from like late 80s, early 90s. It smells just a little bit like that. And yes, I know, I realize that Malibu Musk came in a spray can and cost 99 cents, but I just really loved this one. I smelled it, I got a sample of it, I think, probably free with some stuff I bought at Sephora.com, and I loved it. So I wear it maybe twice a year, but that's the only fragrance that I have. So favorite Thanksgiving food. This is a hard one. I love Thanksgiving. It's right up there with Christmas. I would say they're tied for my favorite holiday. So I like all the Thanksgiving food, but I actually almost like the meals I make with the leftover turkey from Thanksgiving more than I specifically have a favorite food. If I had to pick, I would probably say I'm a big pie girl. I love apple pie specifically. So that would probably have to be my favorite actual Thanksgiving food. But I make, if I say so myself, some killer homemade turkey noodle soup. I do the whole turkey carcass in the crock pot and like cook it for hours and hours and hours, like all day long, and then I make homemade noodles. So it's almost in between like a homemade egg noodle, and they're kind of on the thick side, so it's almost a little bit dumpling-like, and I love it. So that's really my favorite Thanksgiving food. It's just, technically it's like my favorite Black Friday food, because that's usually when we end up having it. What's the weather like where you live is question 7. I live in Minnesota, so it's already pretty cool and cold. We've had snow a couple of times. None of it has really stuck to the ground for a long period of time, but it's getting pretty chilly out there. There's frost every morning, and so yeah. Let's see, favorite fall sweater. This is a hard one because I'm not really a sweater girl. I'm really more of a hooded sweatshirt kind of girl. I would say if I'm going to wear a sweater, it would be a cardigan versus a pullover sweater. But yeah, most of the time in the middle of winter, you're going to find me in a zip-up hooded sweatshirt. Favorite or must-have fall nail polish. I love this color. I'm a big fan of anything teal green, emerald, that kind of stuff. So this is one of my favorite nail polishes. I love the brand OPI. I was a hairstylist. I worked in a salon for like 13 years. So I'm a big believer in really good quality products such as nail polishes. And I think OPI is one of the best brands out there. This color is called Amazon Amazoff. And yeah, this is one of my faves. Number 10 is football games or jumping in the leaves. I am not a sports girl. I watch almost no sports. So definitely not football game. And jumping in the leaves is only fun if you're not the one who has to rake them when you're done jumping. But I do have fun playing in the leaves with my kids. Number 11 is skinny jeans or leggings. And that very much depends on whether I'm staying home or going out. If I'm going out, skinny jeans. If I'm staying home, leggings or like my really old beat up yoga pants all the way. Combat boots or Uggs? Both. I love the look of combat boots. It's not something I would necessarily wear all the time, but I think they just look killer on everyone else. So I'd probably have to say Uggs just because they're comfortable and you can slip into them and walk right out the door. Let's see. Is pumpkin spice worth the hype? Oof. No, it is not worth the hype in my personal opinion. I'm not a big pumpkin person. Like if I'm gonna go get like say a latte from Starbucks, I love their caramel brulee latte. I'm more of a caramel girl, just in general. So I'm not a big pumpkin pie. I don't like pumpkin scented stuff. So yeah, no, definitely no. My favorite fall show. Oh, I don't know if I have a show, at least nothing that's airing right now. I guess the show that reminds me most of fall would probably be Gilmore Girls, just because it's supposed to be set in Connecticut. And so they do have a lot of shots in the show of like the leaves changing and them walking through the town, even though it was filmed in California. It looks pretty on set. And a song that gets you in the fall spirit is number 15. And I'm trying to think, I don't know that I have a fall song. I like a lot of different types of music. My favorite band is Hanson, so I feel like Hanson just can be applied to any time of the year. I tend to pull out my Christmas music come about November 1st and start listening to it because I love Christmas music, and so I want to listen to it for a full 2 months. But I don't think I have a fall song. So yeah, that's everything. As far as who I want to tag, I don't know who all has been tagged at this point, but I'm going to tag Beth from All Stitched Up because I think she is really entertaining to watch, and I bet she would have some really fun answers. And then also a channel that I watch all the time and love is Joe C. So I'm going to tag her as well, but that's only assuming someone hasn't already tagged her. So until next time, Facebook and YouTube peeps, I am Mayor of All Trades. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.